Have you ever prayed about something and God's not saying anything? Perhaps it's a question about a new job or a place to live, or maybe a new relationship that you're looking to start. You've prayed and prayed. You want to do God's will, but the heavens are silent. We know that living the God life is not the same as living just a good life, because the God life is marked by the supernatural. When we hear the Spirit's voice and enter partnership with God, our pathway will look different. We'll make decisions that are based on faith, not only on our circumstances, and we'll learn to trust God's supernatural ways when the natural ways don't unfold the way we'd like them to. So what do we do when God is saying nothing? This is what happened to me when I was contemplating doing a PhD degree. Years before, I'd prayed about a similar situation for a master's degree. I had felt God saying I should, but I didn't have the money to pay for it. The first year was $4,400, quite a lot of money at the time. So God, if this is you, you'll need to cover my fees. A week or so after, I was at church when a young couple came up to chat. Tanya, we feel that God is telling you to give you our car. What? Then they led me out to the car park and handed me over the keys to a red Corolla. But I already had a car. So what was I to do? So I sold the red Corolla. Can you guess how much for? $4,400. It was clear. God was calling me to do my master's degree. So now, years later, I was expecting something similar. My PhD was far more expensive and would take 3 times as long. So I prayed, God, should I do my PhD? Nothing. I heard nothing. But God, I don't know what to do. It's very expensive. And you've spoken to me before. Still nothing. So I decided to investigate the costs and found I could receive a government grant for it. But God, speak to me. Should I do my PhD? And where should I study it? Still nothing. So I investigated the different colleges and found one that seemed to fit well. But God, speak to me. Should I do my PhD? Nothing. I spoke with my close friends. Should I do it? They all said, yes, definitely. It fits what you're called to do. You know, God never did speak to me about studying my PhD. When the time came, I made my own decision. I realized that God had given me the resources to decide for myself. Can you see it? Yes, the God life is supernatural, but it's also natural. We can make our own decisions, drawing on our intelligence, investigating the options, and consulting those who know and love us. God wants us to hear his voice, but he also wants us to use our voice. This relationship with God is a partnership, not a dictatorship. So sometimes God says, this is what I want you to do. Other times God says, what do you want to do? So we make good decisions in line with common sense and wisdom and God's general call on our lives. Then we keep listening to the Spirit as we go and obey God when he speaks. This is the God life. It's supernatural, but it's also natural. Thanks for listening today to Everyday God Conversations. For more on having your own God conversations, go to godconversations.com and subscribe to our email updates. And we'll see you there.